Welcome to today's live stream. I hope you are feeling well. Here we go again. We are back. We are back, everyone, and it's so nice to see you today, live from my little studio in Much Wenlock. We are all together again. Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you feeling happy today? I hope there is a smile on your face. Please excuse me because I am doing something at the moment. You don't normally see me do this, but I'm doing it today. I have a lovely, refreshing, healthy drink. Look at this. Now, you will not believe all the ingredients that are contained within this very healthy drink. I will tell you all about that in a few moments. But first of all, I must introduce myself, just in case you've never seen this before, in which case, can I say hello there? You are in for a very big treat. That's all I can say. I won't give too much away. So if it is your first time, welcome everyone. I know over the past 24 hours, I've had a lot of new subscribers from Myanmar and also from Vietnam as well. A big hello to all those watching in Vietnam and also in Myanmar as well. Very nice to see you today. I don't know why I've had so many new subscribers from that particular part of the world, but it is very nice to see you here. My name is Duncan. I love English. I do. You might say I'm one of those up there. You might say that I am an English addict. I am crazy about the English language. So I am an English addict, and I have a feeling maybe you are as well. Ooh, by the way, I suppose I should mention, coming up in June, we have the big Paris rendezvous taking place. Some of us are meeting up. Some other English addicts, just like me, meeting up. Will you be there? Will you be touching my flesh? That's what we often say when we meet someone. We say that we press flesh together. I know it sounds a little bit naughty, but it isn't, trust me. So we are going to meet up in Paris at near the start of June, which of course is just around the corner. Meanwhile, we have the weekend, which is coming to an end because it is Sunday. I'm so excited, I just can't hide it because, well, you know what's happening soon. As I mentioned, we are meeting up in Paris. I hope the weather will be good. At the moment, I have been checking the weather forecast for the beginning of June, and it looks as if everything, weather-wise, is going to be okay, warm and sunny. I hope that is what it will be like. Can I say hello to, I've just noticed, Florence. Hello, Florence. Thank you very much for your super sticker and also your donation as well on the live chat. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Thank you very much. And it's nice to see you here as well. Of course, we do have the live chat Who was first? I wonder. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, very interesting. First, today, on the live chat, it is Beatrice. Congratulations, Beatrice. You are first on today's live chat. Very nice. Congratulations to you, Beatrice. We also have, I just mentioned you, and I'm going to mention you again, Florence. You are second. We also have Rak Saudi. Now, I'm guessing that you are in Saudi Arabia. Am I right or am I wrong? Please let me know. Also, we have Vitas. Vitas, welcome once again. Your finger was a little slow today. It would appear that Beatrice has been doing some exercises with her finger because she has the fastest click today. Mosen is here. We also have Rosa, Malia. Nice to see you here, Malia. Also, Dashiva. Hello, Dashiva. Nice to see you here as well. Is it your first time? Please let me know. Also, we have, who else? Palmyra. Zudzika is here. Yasser. Hello, Yasser. Nice to see you here as well. Oh, we also have Pogomu Abraham. I've never seen your name on the live chat before. Is it your first time? Can I just also say, at the start of today's live stream, before I continue any further, can I just say there are live captions. So you can actually activate live captions if you want to follow what I'm saying. You are more than welcome to do that. We also have Olga. Hello, Olga. Haven't seen you for a while. Nice to see you back as well. Sylvie. Hello to Sylvie. I am feeling a little nervous today. I am feeling a little nervous today, and that is the reason why, because I'm starting to suffer from hay fever. The pollen is once again in the air, and every year I become sensitive to pollen from the grass around this area. So as you just heard, I did sneeze, and I might be sneezing quite a lot today, because I do get hay fever at this time of year, which between you and me is a big pain in the neck. So I might be suffering slightly from hay fever today, and I hope I won't be sneezing too much. Thank you. Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, Mosen said, bless you, Mr. Duncan. And also Zuzana said bless you as well. Do you know why we do that? Why do we say bless you after a person sneezes? Well, many years ago in the distant past, during disease and plague, if a person became ill or appeared to be ill and they sneezed, or maybe they coughed, a person would say, bless you. And it was a way of helping them to recover from their illness, although quite often they didn't. These days, however, most people can get coughs and colds and sneezes, or in my case, hay fever, because that's what I get every single year. I get hay fever, and I hate it. If I was honest with you, I wish I could make my hay fever go away. I have tried everything. I have tried certain types of medicine. I have tried certain drinks, certain types of herbs, and it doesn't change a thing. I still get hay fever every single year. So I do get hay fever quite badly at this time of year. So don't be too surprised if I sneeze once or twice today. We also have Christina. Oh, and Tomek. Hello, Tomek. Nice to see you here as well today. You will be pleased to hear that we are playing Fill in the Blanks. And I have decided to make some changes to that particular game. So we are playing it, but today I am going to make it a little easier. I will be giving some clues. So today we are playing Fill in the Blanks, but there will also be some clues as well, because a few people have complained. They've said, Mr. Duncan, Fill in the Blanks is a very hard competition. Please make it easier. So I will, just a little bit. Hello also. Oh, we also have Pedro Belmont is here today. Hello, Pedro. Nice to see you back as well. Many of our regular and also some new viewers today as well. Claudia. Hello to Claudia. I suppose I should ask, what's cooking, Claudia? What have you got in your pot? What's cooking, Claudia? Is it something spicy or hot? Well, what is it? Please let me know. Apparently Claudia had a nightmare last night. I had an English test and I could not answer anything. I told myself I know English, and then I read lots of words that I've never heard from or heard of before. It was a horrible nightmare. A lot of people do have those types of nightmare. Maybe if you have a bad dream. And most nightmares or bad dreams tend to have certain themes. So quite often you might have a bad dream where you are falling, or maybe you are doing something that you've never done before. Maybe you are sitting an exam of some sort, and maybe all of the questions you don't know the answers to, which sounds like your nightmare, Claudia. That sounds like what you had last night, to be honest. Another one, of course, is when you are giving a speech in front of lots of people, and then you realise that you have no clothes on your body. You are completely naked. So that apparently, for most people, is a common nightmare. Fortunately, it doesn't happen in real life. Thank goodness. Hello to RM. Hello, RM. Nice to see you here as well. Can I wave to you? Okay, it is done. So a few moments ago I did mention my drink. Can you see it? It looks, now I suppose on this particular camera, it looks green. Can you see it? Well, this is one of my new ways of staying healthy. I've been doing a lot of walking, but I'm also having delicious smoothies made from all sorts of things. And the reason why this is green is because it has vegetables and fruit inside it. So this particular drink is made using plant-based yogurt, banana, apple, orange, strawberries. They are all in this drink. And most importantly of all, there is a green vegetable called kale. Now you've probably heard of it. Apparently it's one of those superfoods. It's supposed to be very good for your body. So everything is in here, but I think the most important ingredient is kale, which is a type of vegetable. It looks like leaf. It looks like a kind of leaf, and you chop it up and you put it in your smoothie. You can also cook it as well. So this particular drink that I have here is not only healthy, it's not only nutritious, but it's also it's also very nice as well. It's very chilly because it's been in the refrigerator all night. So, oh my goodness. I have to say that is very delicious, and it's also quite healthy as well. So many of the things that I'm doing, and of course next week we are going to weigh myself. I'm going to weigh myself. We are all going to witness me weighing myself to see if I have lost some weight over the past month, because that's what I've been doing, you see. I've been trying to lose a little bit of weight because I want to wear my skinny jeans. When we meet in Paris, I want to wear my lovely, sophisticated, cool, fashionable skinny jeans. But unfortunately, over the past few months, because I put weight on, I couldn't get into them. I couldn't pull them up. So I've lost some weight, and hopefully next weekend I'm going to try and see if I can put my skinny jeans on. So I suppose that might be the question for next week. Will I be able to wear my skinny jeans next week? So I'm going to weigh myself next Sunday, and I'm going to also see if I can put my skinny jeans on for when we meet in Paris. Can I say hello to Maliha? Hello, Maliha. Nice to see you here as well. Also, we have Florence. Hello, Florence. You seem very thin, Mr. Duncan. Thank you very much. I have lost a lot of weight, I have to say. I don't know exactly how much weight I've lost, but I know I've lost some weight. We've been walking. We've been doing all sorts of things. In fact, in a moment, you are going to see what we were doing a couple of days ago. On Friday, we went to a beautiful place not very far away from where I live, and we had a lovely walk. In fact, we had a very long walk. In fact, we had an almost too long walk, because the next day my legs were really aching. And to make matters worse, yesterday we also went for a walk. I've been walking so much over the past few days. So I'm trying my best. You certainly can't say that I haven't been trying, because I have. Yes, Francesco, I have lost some weight. I might even say I've lost a lot of weight. I was. Between you and me, now I know this is a personal thing, but you know I love sharing everything with you. But I was getting a little bit fat around the stomach and around my face. So I thought, I'm going to be very careful, because I'm at a very delicate age where everything starts going wrong. And you know what it's like as you approach 60. And I'm sure if anyone is over 60, you will know as you approach the age of 60, you have to take a little bit more care of yourself. So because I have 2 years before I reach 60, I have to be very careful with myself. I think so. Hello, Christiane Janelle. Hello to you. You are watching at the moment in Paris. Hello to you. Well, we will be in Paris near the beginning of June. We might even do a live stream from Paris. Does that sound like a good idea? If you would like me to do that, please let me know on the live chat. Jagdish asks, Mr. Duncan, how old are you? I am, my birthday is in August this year, and every year. It's strange, isn't it? My birthday is always at the same time, every year. August. And I will be 58. I am 2 years away from 60. Can you believe it? Terrible. Hello to Saturino. I don't like jeans that are too tight. Well, I have to be honest with you. I do like wearing tight clothing, but sometimes it can be uncomfortable, especially if you are walking for long periods of time. So I do sort of agree with you. But if I'm going for a long walk, I don't normally like to wear jeans, especially if I'm going for a walk through the countryside. So sometimes I don't like wearing jeans. But I think because I'm going to Paris, and of course Paris is sophisticated and stylish and chic, I feel as if I have to make a little extra effort. So I have to be careful. Hello also to Francesca. Hello, Francesca. Thank you for joining us today. Very nice to see you. So, Christian, yes, we will be in Paris. We haven't decided where we are going to meet yet, but I am going to let all those who are meeting up in Paris, I will be letting you know all of the final details of exactly where we will be meeting. I have to say, I am excited. I can't wait. Mr. Duncan, you have a youthful spirit. Thank you very much. I try my best. Sometimes it's not easy, but I do try. So yesterday, or should I say on Friday, we went for a lovely walk. We decided to go to a place not very far away from where we live called Church Stretton. And it is a very nice place. And I couldn't resist doing some filming. Some beautiful shots, some beautiful scenery, some beautiful sights coming up right now. And then after this, Mr. Steve will be with us. He is going to join us in around about 3 minutes from now. So, don't go away. Isn't that lovely? So that's where we were on Friday. We had the most amazing walk and the weather was incredible. In fact, it was almost too hot. Hello everyone, welcome. This is English Addict and we are live right now from the birthplace of the English language. Hello there. Dibby-dibby, dibby-dibby, dibby-dibby. We are waving to you all. We hope you are feeling well. Welcome everyone. But don't be shy. Come closer. Come closer. And say hello. Hello. Oh, there you are.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Steve.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Steve.
Hello, Mr. Duncan.
Hello, Mr. Steve.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
As if I didn't know.
I'm not too bad. Thank you very much.
It's lovely.
I can't complain.
It's lovely outside, Mr. Duncan.
It's a strange day today because we had beautiful sunshine and then it went very cloudy and then the sun came out again and then it went cloudy again, and that is how it stayed. It's cloudy right now, but we've had the most amazing weather and apparently next week it's going to be hot, hot, hot.
This will give me chance to increase the vitamin D levels in my body. Talking of health.
I saw you yesterday, by the way. You were in the garden sunbathing.
Semi-naked.
I saw it.
Well,
the neighbours were complaining and some of the birds were flying around because they thought that it was a little worm wriggling around, but it wasn't.
It was an Adonis lying in the sun. No, you might think, Mr. Steve, I thought you were averse to the sun. Averse, there's a good word. Against, don't like the sun. But I discovered through a blood test that my vitamin D levels are very low. And despite taking vitamin D tablets, it has not increased it over the last 6 months. So I am going to have to go and sunbathe 10 minutes a day with just something covering my modesty.
Yes, although he was naked in the garden, and apparently it's been in the news because the weather is getting better here in England. A lot of people have been going into their gardens and they've been lying in their gardens completely naked.
Well, that's just disgusting. I am covering myself up, but I want to expose my skin 10 minutes a day when the sun's out, because that's the best way to boost your vitamin D.
Okay.
And yet, it shouldn't age my skin. If you'd seen me yesterday, you'd have laughed. I had a towel over my head and neck to protect, so I don't want my face to age or my neck. That's always a giveaway, isn't it? Older people, being in the sun, the neck all goes wrinkly.
You always end up with a neck that looks like a certain part of a lady.
Being in the sun too much. And hands, they always give it away as well. Wrinkled hands, because they're very difficult to protect against the sun when you're out and about. So I had socks on up to here. I put socks on to cover my arms, and I had a towel over my head so that the sun didn't affect my face at all. And yet there I was, 10 minutes one side, 10 minutes the other, a bit like roasting a joint.
Yes.
And hopefully that will boost my vitamin D levels, because it turns out it's very difficult to get them up with tablets.
So anyway, what I wanted to say was a lot of people are sunbathing naked in their back gardens, and 1 or 2 people have received complaints from their neighbours, and apparently, now I'm not sure how this works, but apparently it is not. I don't think it is illegal to sunbathe naked in your back garden as long as you can't be seen by other people. Now, by that, I think they mean from your neighbour's windows. But if your neighbour comes up to your fence and tries to look over the top, and they're trying to look at you to see if you're naked, then that is wrong, you see, because the neighbour is then doing the wrong thing. They should not be trying to look over your fence.
Anyway.
So apparently you can bathe
Well, I don't want to.
nude.
I'm not interested in that.
No.
Olga says, yes. Interesting. I was advised to check my vitamin D level recently. Well, I've been reading a lot of studies about this, Mr. Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this has nothing to do with teaching English. It's just slightly interesting.
To you.
It turns out most of us are probably lacking in vitamin D because it's very difficult to get it from your diet. You've got to eat sort of salmon every day. Or something like that. There's only certain foods that contain a lot of vitamin D, so you've got to eat an awful lot of it. So the only way that most of us... What are you doing?
It's okay, don't panic.
The only way that most of us can get our vitamin D levels up significantly is to go in the sun, but only for limited periods. And I have been trying to use... My doctor said to me, take these vitamin D tablets, but they were far too low a dose. I've been reading that
This is Mr. Steve in the garden yesterday.
Mr. Duncan, I don't want you to show that. I did not give you permission. Don't do that, Mr. Duncan. I don't want people to see me sunbathing. That's not fair, Mr. Duncan.
That's not fair, no.
And it's very difficult to get your vitamin D levels up with tablets. You've got to take 10 times what the recommended dose is for a long period of time, apparently. So there you go. So that's my story.
What's going on there?
I'm just covering my head up from the sun, Mr. Duncan.
Oh, I see. Is that
so that I don't get... I bet Mr. Duncan's taking secret pictures of me.
What's going on there?
Well, I don't want my hands to get wrinkly in the sun, Mr. Duncan.
So you're wearing socks over your hands?
Yes, because that's all I could find. Anyway.
And you've got a T-shirt over your face?
No, that's my groin you can see there. I look like a Ku Klux Klan member.
It's not Clue, by the way, it's Coup.
Whatever it is. But yes, so yes. Apparently most people do have low vitamin D levels, and that's important for...
As Mr. Steve's feet.
And that's important for your bones, as somebody has pointed out. Resistance against virus infections. All sorts of things. So it's worth getting it checked, because unless you spend a lot of time in the sun, you probably are low in vitamin D. And if you've got dark skin, it's even more difficult for you to make vitamin D in the sun, apparently. So there you go. That's my little pep talk. Talking of health.
That was fascinating.
Talking of health, people are talking about your weight loss, Mr. Duncan.
I've lost weight. Next weekend, we are going to weigh me on the scales to see how much weight I've lost. And, of course, we have to find out if I can fit into my skinny jeans for our big Paris rendezvous.
Oh, look, Bruno's sent us a 5 something, whatever the currency is.
Okay.
So is that because you showed me sunbathing? Am I like a prostitute now?
Yes. Well, okay, Steve.
Am I being paid to be naked?
We've got a lot of new viewers today.
What? Well, good. That's good, Mr. Duncan.
Mr. Steve is a man. He is okay. Yes, he is. He is a man. I mean, there are lots of people who are saying otherwise. Thank you, Bruno, for your lovely donation and your super sticker.
So that's my £5. So I want that 5, whatever it is, whatever that currency is. I want it, Mr. Duncan.
Okay, whatever it is.
CHF, because that is for me.
Apparently, did you know in Venezuela, their inflation is so high in Venezuela that people are going there and they're buying the money and they're making works of craft, baskets and other types of art out of the money, because the money has devalued so much. I wish I could speak today, but I think it's this. It's all sticking.
Same in Argentina, I think. Thank you very much, Bruno. And it's Swiss francs, so they're probably worth a lot of money, far more than pounds, I would think. So yes, I do have fair skin, which is why I'm low in vitamin D. Of course, it's been winter, and that's it. So what I've learned is, reading on the internet, if you have low vitamin D levels, you've got to have a lot of high-dose tablets or go in the sun for a long time. Apparently, you make 25,000 units of vitamin D if you go in the sun all day. From tablets, it's impossible to get that. Interesting.
I feel
anyway.
it. Okay, Steve, I think we've covered vitamin...
We've covered that, yes.
Okay, that's just what I'm trying to say. We've covered that. We don't need to talk about it anymore. So please stop talking about that.
£4.50, says Bruno. Thank you very much. It's nice to be appreciated for once. At least one person appreciates me.
Why? Who doesn't? Are you on about me?
Anyway, when we go to Paris, I shall be bronzed. I shall be walking around in shorts with the top off.
That is lovely.
It looks disgusting.
Everything is in this. There is banana, plant-based yogurt, apple, orange, strawberries, and the most important ingredient, kale, which apparently is full of all of those wonderful, wonderful vitamins, including vitamin K.
Vitamin K.
Vitamin K.
Who's heard of vitamin K?
I know. I thought it was made up. I thought it was like vitamin kryptonite or something like that. But vitamin K is a real thing.
It's a real thing and is important, and you can only get it from green leafy vegetables. Mind you, there are two types of vitamin K. There's K1 and K2.
What about KY? Is that a vitamin?
That, well, it could be described as an essential ingredient for some activities.
How do you take it?
You rub it on things, don't you? I thought you were worried about your new viewers. Now you're talking about KY gel. You were worried about me talking about...
I wasn't talking about it. You mentioned it.
Anyway, I didn't mention KY gel.
You know what's annoying?
Anyway, I haven't seen that for years.
Okay. All right, Steve, you have to know when to drop the... So, here, look, I hate it because I can't get in there. There's all that lovely, lovely smoothie left inside, Steve, and I can't get to it. I can't get to it.
Well, your tongue isn't long enough.
It is not long enough.
Francesca says, hello, Francesca, it's important to feel the age you are, or to feel a certain age, or to put it another way, as we used to say when we were younger as a joke.
Did we?
Yes. You're only as old as the person you feel. How about that?
Okay.
It's important the age you feel you are. Yes, that's it. Age is just a number. You can feel old even when you're young, if your way of thinking is maybe not quite right.
Yes. Well, I know someone like that whose thinking isn't quite right. I wonder who it could be. Do you know who it could be?
Well, we know people. I know, my mother was very young at heart, in her 90s, but she laughed and joked like she was in her 20s. And so I think that's important that you retain that sort of childlike quality of play, being able to play when you get older. Yes. It's important the age you feel you are, rather than going by the number. Oh, I'm 70. By the way, what's this 67 mean, Mr. Duncan?
I've no idea.
It's not my age, in case anybody asks.
Nobody has.
I think it's just a brand or something. I got this years ago.
This is very random, by the way.
I know. Well, I'm just talking about age. You see, people might think I've got that on because it's my birthday or something.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay.
It could be your IQ, of course.
Tom X says, you're coming to Paris healthy, slim and tanned. Which one of us? Which ones apply to who? It's making me insecure with my pale skin. Well, of course, you will have pale skin from where you come from. Well, so do we. I'm not going to get tanned, honestly. I'm just doing it to get the vitamin D. And when my test levels say I'm okay, I shall cover myself up again. Laughter is the best medicine, says Driss. By the way, somebody said earlier they were very much looking forward to today's live stream. And what did they say?
I don't know.
Aziz, I think it was. Somebody's put a lovely message on her. Well, you can talk, Mr. Duncan.
This is a wonderful moment of time. We're sharing together here.
What are we talking about today, Mr. Duncan?
Oh, okay. Well, what I've actually been trying to tell you is what we're talking about today, which is words and phrases connected to water, swimming, being in the water, or being in the sea, of course, as well. Many places where you can enjoy water.
Oh,
you can swim. You might enjoy a little bit of water sport as well. A lot of people these days, especially this time of year, they like to do the water sports. What about you? Have you ever tried water sports? Maybe a little bit of skiing?
The viewership is going down, Mr. Duncan.
Why?
It was a dill that said buckle up, sorry.
Grab up.
Buckle up and grab a cup of tea. I'm so excited to watch what you say today, Mr. Duncan.
Oh, okay.
Just Mr. Duncan, not me. You're not interested in what I say?
Well, I have to say, most of what is said on it here is interesting, and most of that is said by me.
By the way, Bruno, I'll have to give you my PayPal address so that you can send money to me in future, because I won't get it. It'll go to Mr. Duncan, and I'll never see it. 4.5 pounds, equivalent to the Swiss franc.
That's still more than YouTube pays me, by the way. That's still much more.
That is probably more than you'll get paid for this live stream today.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Literally just said that. You've just literally repeated what I just said. I get... What?
Tomic says, brace yourself for my gift from the Netherlands.
Oh, I see.
Intriguing. Intriguing.
Don't bring anything too big. If you are going to give me a gift in Paris, please don't make it too big, because I'm not going... Can I just say this, Steve? I'm not bringing a big suitcase or anything like that. So if you're thinking of giving me some really big object to take back to the UK with me, please don't do that. Whatever it is, please don't do that. But if it's small, if it can fit into hand luggage, great. But don't give me anything that's huge.
And it won't make sniffer dogs bark all around you. Then we'll be fine. Yes, we'll have to check all our clothes before we go, Mr. Duncan, because we don't want to set off any alarms at the airports, do we? You know, people sneaking illegal substances into our bags, things like that.
I think I'd notice if somebody was trying to sneak something on my person or in my person.
I don't know what it could be, Tomic, but I'm hoping it means we'll have a good time. Right.
Are you okay?
I'm high on life today, Mr. Duncan. High on life.
Well, it certainly makes a change. Oh, by the way, for those wondering, we still have the carols at the back of the house, and I've done some new filming of the carols. And I have to say, I think this is pretty good. I think this is pretty nice, because the cows were coming up. They were getting very close. In fact, they were getting very, very close, as you are about to see. hope you enjoyed that. The cows are back, and there they were, getting very up close and rather personal. We are playing Fill in the Blanks later on today, and I've changed the rules a little bit.
Changed the rules?
I have changed it. I'm going to give clues to the missing words. So like I used to with the sentence game. So it's very similar to the sentence game, but because I'm lazy, I haven't bothered changing anything. So it's still going to be called Fill in the Blanks, but with slightly different rules, as you will find out later on.
Florence has sent you a donation as well.
Yes, I've mentioned
earlier,
that.
also in Swiss francs.
I mentioned that earlier.
So we'll be able to buy a Swiss watch then, won't we?
Why?
I don't know. Just a joke. The live chat seems to have broken. Does anybody? Can you still hear us and see us?
Yes, it's not us. YouTube has got all sorts of issues at the moment. You may have noticed over the past few days various things going wrong with YouTube. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's boring, but YouTube has some technical problems and it's really getting on my nerves.
Yeah, so the live chat seems to have paused. So we haven't seen anything since Tom said your neighbours may like watching you naked or half.
What's happening is the order of the messages keeps changing.
Yes, right, okay.
The messages are coming up, but older ones are coming up at the bottom.
Oh, how bizarre, yes.
As if they're new.
Yes, Tom's keeps staying at the bottom.
Yes, anyway.
Never mind.
Anyway, we have lots of things to talk about today.
Right. Carry on.
Okay. We went for a walk, by the way, yesterday. We decided to go for a little walk, and we encountered something rather worrying.
Yes.
And something a little scary.
It was.
Apparently, at this time of year, if you're walking around, you might see lots of bees flying about. And that is what we encountered yesterday. Look at this. So this is yesterday, and if you listen carefully, you can actually hear the bees. And there were hundreds and hundreds of bees flying around. And if you look very closely right now, there they are, look. Look at all those bees. And I was wondering why this happens. Well, I found out, apparently at this time of year, sometimes that the bees will move from one place to another. And they will take the queen bee with them. And what happens, apparently, is they fly around and protect the queen bee as they go along. So they are actually moving along, but they are also protecting the queen bee at the same time. But of course we were a little worried because
we didn't want to walk through there, did we, in case we got stung? That was the path.
I did not want to get stung by bees.
No, we thought that they might. Well, I think they probably would have attacked us, Mr. Duncan. Luckily, they started to move off and vanished into the trees.
Suddenly they dispersed.
They dispersed would be the phrase to use. Yes, disperse. There's a good phrase. But yes, not something you want to come across when you're walking in the wild. And in fact, you said that in this country, oh no, it wasn't in this country, I think it was somewhere else in America, a policeman was set upon, if that's the right phrase to use.
Yeah, he was pursued and attacked by a huge swarm of bees.
Yeah. And I think if you just happen to be where they are at the same time, as you say, if they've got the queen bee in there and they're protecting them, they will attack you. So we had to be quite careful, didn't we, Mr. Duncan?
Fortunately, they flew away, and we were able to continue our walk.
Yes, although it was quite dangerous. In fact, we We saw another cloud. You were in the back garden, weren't you, the other day doing some filming when you were filming those cows?
Well, it was actually the live stream I did last week.
The live stream, and
Yes.
you came running in saying there's a cloud of wasps or bees outside.
Yeah. And it turned out, and I would imagine they were actually bees looking for a new place to live.
Are there snakes? Yes, there are snakes in the UK. We've only got two, I think, a grass snake and an adder. But they're not dangerous. They're only about that long.
We don't really have poisonous snakes.
The adder can bite you, but it wouldn't kill you. You might get an infection or something. I don't think I've ever seen one.
We've seen grass snakes
We've seen grass snakes.
Yeah.
They're green,
around here.
and they're just harmless. But
Yes. They sort of slither along the path and then disappear into the grass. Very strange. What?
waiting for you,
Oh,
Mr. Duncan.
well, normally you've always got something to say, isn't it strange? Did you see what happened then? Mr. Steve almost had nothing to say there. It doesn't happen very often, so please write that down in your diary. We are coming towards the end of May, by the way. June is coming up, and of course we are going to Paris at the start of June. I'm not saying exactly when it is, but you will find out when it happens, and we are going there. And it looks as if the weather is going to be nice. I've checked. Warm, sunny in Paris.
Parties outside in the beautiful scenic parts of France where they have parks. Yes, Giovanni says that he used to be a beekeeper. Giovanni Rivetti used to be a beekeeper.
There is a name, isn't there?
There is a name for that, yes.
If you are a beekeeper, it has a name. I can't remember the name now, but if you like keeping bees and you look after the bees, maybe you wear one of those big white hats with the net that comes down, and then you walk around your garden collecting the honey in the morning. I can't remember what the name of a beekeeper.
Giovanni says it's the time of the year when they move house.
What do you call a beekeeper, everyone? I'm sure someone out there who has a keyboard will look it up on Google.
No, we don't have vipers, do we, in the UK?
We don't.
No, we only have two snakes, grass snakes and adders.
Yes.
And they're not very big, and they're not very dangerous, particularly at all.
They don't do much.
Prince Andrew and Boris Johnson are snakes, according to the live stream, and Harry as well. I agree. We agree.
No, you agree.
I do.
I'm
yes.
saying nothing.
Okay.
Well, that was good, Steve. Did you enjoy that?
Yes.
So when are you going out into the garden again? When are you going to do your naked sunbathing again?
Never again, because I'm going to make sure that all your cameras are switched off. I didn't know you were filming me, but I guess you probably were.
They were just photographs.
Oh, right, okay. But I don't know. I might go into the garden later. I've got to do some watering because
what I was going to do is a before and after of Mr. Steve when he was all pale and white, and then later after he's been sunbathing, I wanted to show him all bronzed and healthy looking.
No, I don't want to go like that. It's just 10 minutes each side, a bit like basting a joint in the oven, just to make some vitamin D. Anyway, we said that.
I don't know what's happened to the live chat today. It's gone a little bit strange.
Tom's comments keep staying there all the time, but we are getting the new one. Apiarists.
Ah, yes, an apiary is
Of course.
is where you keep bees. An apiary. It's a very strange word. I would imagine it derives from Latin because it always does.
Does it?
It always does. Hello to... Alessandra is here. We also have... I didn't see you earlier, but we have... Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. I hope everything is going well, and I hope everything is all right where you are at the moment. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, and VTAS is here as well. And VTAS says that he can't travel because he's not well enough at the moment, which is a shame, but, get better. And then hopefully we can see you on another trip sometime in the not too distant future.
Yes, we'll see what happens. If this particular meetup, if this rendezvous is successful, we might actually do it again.
And I think it's a bit 50-50, I think. Looking at the people that are coming, it could go either way. I'm joking, of course.
I personally can't wait.
No, nor can I.
Really looking forward to it.
I'm really, really, really 3 times looking forward to it. Of course, the most stressful part of it is going to be getting there.
Yes, well, already we're worried because there are lots of strikes taking place. And next week, can you believe it? And I know what you're going to say, Steve. I know it's half term and the children are off next week, but there are some strikes taking place in the airports here in the UK. So I hope those strikes don't continue into June. We will see what happens.
And yesterday, Mr. Duncan, there was chaos at UK airports because some of the technology involved in electronically scanning passports broke down. There was a failure, a UK failure. And I think it affected all the airports, and there were long queues for people trying to, validate their passports coming in and going out.
So people that were going through the customs, either leaving or coming in, not very good, to be honest. But also, to be honest, the word UK and failure are often used in the same sentence these days, if I was honest with you, which I am being.
Talking of failure, Tomek says that he bets that the trip to Paris will be a failure.
No. The only way it will be a failure is if someone makes it a failure. But it won't be.
It'll be a huge success, and then next year it'll have expanded. The popularity will have expanded so much we'll have to hire a concert venue in order to get all the people that want to come. We'll have to have a conference.
Yeah, Tomek is coming by bus.
Oh, right, okay. Shame we can't. We could have gone
by bus.
Yes.
Are you mad?
We were thinking of nicking one of the migrant boats as they come off on the shores of this country, weren't we? And rowing back to France. As soon as they get off the boats, we're going to grab the boat and row back.
Yeah.
But we decided not to do that.
We will be the only people going the other way, the opposite way across the channel in a rubber dinghy.
Well, I bet the French would come out with machine guns to stop us landing. Okay. I bet they wouldn't let us land. I bet if we tried to row to France.
What's this rowing? Is that rowing? Is it?
Yes, that's rowing.
Is it rowing that? It's not that. I don't know.
It depends on how you do it.
You don't row a boat like that.
Well, have you ever rowed a boat?
Yes, I have actually.
I doubt it.
I have. I've rowed a boat gently.
So your oars are going round and round if you're doing that, Mr. Duncan.
I have rowed a boat very merrily along the stream, and sometimes I think maybe life is but a dream. But that's another story for another time.
Well, I think getting a bus is a good idea because it's not going to be affected by strikes.
Well, yes, it will be because sometimes the ferry, the people at the ferry ports are also blocking the way.
I don't think you have to go on the water to get from Amsterdam to.
No, I didn't say Amsterdam. You was on about us.
Oh, I know, but yes, but I was just saying.
We definitely have to go through water.
Oh, well, we do, yes. We have to go over it or under it.
No, Amsterdam, you can get from Netherlands to France easily.
Yes.
There's no water in between.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, if we're not there, you'll just have to carry on without us.
Okay.
But we've got plenty of time. We can always hire a private jet.
What?
And go that way. Well, we could do, or a helicopter. we will be there. So we're there a few days earlier, so we will definitely be there in time for Sunday.
Okay.
It's not like we're going on Sunday morning or anything.
Well, no, that would be stupid if we did that.
Aziz says, who is Luis Mendez?
Luis is the star of the show. He's the star. He's in France, and he will be meeting up with us when we are all together in Paris. So yeah, that's who Luis is. Luis Mendez.
Luis is a long-standing and loyal viewer. He's also a senior citizen, we would say, with a lot of worldly experience, which we will be tapping into when we get into France, in hoping to make our trip as successful as it possibly can be.
Okay, these sentences are great today, Bal.
Well, I'm just talking.
It's like each word is following each other, but being made up.
Is anybody coming to Paris rich enough to pay for us to come over on a private jet?
Well, no, is the answer to that.
Or a helicopter. Helicopters are a bit dangerous. I don't fancy a helicopter. Anyway, we're rabbiting on.
Because aeroplanes, nothing ever goes wrong with aeroplanes. Did you see the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life on the internet yesterday?
No.
I think it was Korea, a Korean airline, and one of the passengers decided to open the emergency door whilst they were flying in
I heard about that.
in the clouds. And there is video footage, and it might be the scariest thing I've ever seen, except, well, maybe Mr. Steve sunbathing in the garden. But all these people are sitting there in their seats, and there's just this wind blowing through the plane, and you can see the open door and the clouds outside. And there is a person sitting in their chair just maybe 2, maybe 3 feet away from this open door. And there's just a gust of wind blowing through. And they're up in the air because some person who is now being arrested decided to open the emergency exit. I didn't think you could do that.
Well,
I always thought there was some safety thing.
I didn't think you could do that. Maybe you can below a certain altitude or something. Lewis says that he's an alien. Hello, Aziz. Luis Mendez is an alien. I just knew it. I knew it. Well, I'm sure there will be aliens all over Paris. We'll be aliens, won't we?
We will definitely be aliens.
Technically, we will be aliens.
Yes.
Because we are not from France.
Well, anything foreign or from the outside can be described as an alien. They used to use it a lot in the United States, anyone who was coming into the country illegally.
Well, maybe that's what Lewis means, because Lewis is from Portugal, so maybe that's what he means, that he is an alien. Not, with a shaved head and bulbous, from outer space alien.
Not like this.
As I've said before, bald people, when the aliens land, they'll come straight for people like me because they'll say, oh, he must be intelligent because he's got no hair.
Yeah.
And because aliens are always, bald, aren't they? So they'll come straight for people that look like them.
When you say aliens are always bald,
yes.
What is your reference to that? Because I've never seen any aliens.
Well, I'm talking about the fictional aliens.
Oh, okay, so things that aren't real.
Big heads, narrow little bodies, and you wouldn't call them hunks.
What are their noses like?
Big eyes.
Do they have big noses?
I don't know. I think they're quite small, but they've never got any hair because, of course, as you think that as mankind gets more and more sort of advanced, we will lose more hair as we But I think it's only if you're in a hot country you lose body hair, isn't it?
Well, in that case, we should be like
mammoths.
We should be like grizzly bears in that case, because we live on a damp, mossy rock.
Well, probably people from the Netherlands might have more hair than, say, somebody from Africa.
Yes, anyway, this seems like a conversation for another time.
I've seen a few people from the Netherlands, and they're a bit hairy.
Okay, Steve, that's good. That's good. It's,
But some people are into that, so,
today we're looking at water sports and things you can do on the water, but they are all in the form of phrases and idioms. Do you like that pause there? That was my dramatic pause. I waited there, you see. I wanted to build up to a crescendo and then a climax, but I'm not sure how well it went. Words and phrases connected to water, sea, and if you like to swim, then this is just for you. Here we go, Steve.
Right.
Are you ready for some words and phrases connected to water?
Is this an idiom?
It is. They are all words and phrases. So yes, there will be mostly idioms, all connected to water, swimming, being in the water. So here is the first one. We might say that something is water off a duck's back. So if something is like water off a duck's back, it means that something is not affecting you. Maybe something that can't cause you any harm or any stress or difficulty. To be unaffected, you are able to bear something. You can withstand it. It won't harm you.
Yes.
You can do it. It will be like water off a duck's back.
Yes, it's like maybe you're used to it. Maybe people abuse you verbally, but you're used to it. And then you're with some friends, and somebody shouts out something nasty to you, and you say, "Oh, that doesn't affect me." It's like water off a duck's back.
Yes.
The implication is you've been there, you've done that, you've weathered that stress, that storm before, and now it's fine. You're trying to sell your house, and you've tried to sell your house a few times, and it keeps falling through because the people that were going to buy it pull out at the last minute, which they can do in the UK, by the way. It's different in other countries. Somebody might say, "Oh, you must be really annoyed about that." Oh no, it's like water off a duck's back. It's happened before. I don't mind. Just get on with it.
So if something that is happening to you is not affecting you, you can say that it is just like water off a duck's back. Very nice.
It quickly goes away.
Here's another one, Steve.
It doesn't stay around.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Up to your neck. You might be up to your neck in something. Maybe if you get into the water might be deep. You might be up to your neck in something. This means that you are deeply involved, or maybe you are too involved, or maybe, and quite often this is used in a negative way.
Yes.
So maybe you get involved with, a crime family, and you do them some favours, you do something for them, and then suddenly you realise that you can't break away. They have made you an offer you can't refuse. I don't know what that was, by the way.
Yes.
But they make you an offer you can't refuse, and then you take the offer, but then you realise that you can't get away, you can't back out. You are now up to your neck in something. You can't escape it.
Can you use that if you're very busy at work as well, and you've got a pile of work? Can you say, "Oh, I'm up to my neck in it"?
Yes, again, negatively.
Yes, it means that you're very, very busy. You're deeply involved in something at work, like a project, for example. And somebody says, "Oh, can you help me out with something?" And you might say, "No, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. I'm up to my neck in this work."
Yes.
I'm up to my neck in it.
You might phone your wife up and say, "Hello, darling. Hello, honey. I'm sorry, I'm going to be late home tonight. You will have to put the dinner in the oven. I am up to my neck here." It means you have a lot of work.
You've got a lot to do. You're deeply involved in something that you probably can't get out of. It could be a crime. It could be a relationship. You might want to back out of a relationship, and your friend says, "Well, why don't you break off the engagement?" And you say, "Well, I don't know if I can now. I'm up to my neck in it.
Mm.
You know, I'm too deeply involved in this relationship to back out.
Here's another one. Very similar. This might be similar, actually. To be out of your depth. You are doing something you are not able to cope with, or maybe something you are not qualified to actually do. You are now out of your depth. Maybe you are dating a young girl and she wants everything to be expensive. She wants to go to all of the fine restaurants and have beautiful jewellery bought for her every weekend. They might say, oh, you are out of your depth there. That girl is too good. She's going to want more than you can actually give her. You are out of your depth.
Yes, or another example could be somebody gives you a project at work again, and you go to a colleague. Your boss says, I want you to do this project. I think you can do it. And then you look at it and you think, oh, it's so difficult. You go to a colleague and you say, can you help me, please? I'm out of my depth.
Mm.
In other words, you haven't got the skills required or the knowledge to do that particular task, whatever it is.
Yes.
You're not able to cope with it.
Yes. We often find that we are out of our depth when we try something that we're not very good at.
Something new, exactly.
Oh, here we go, Steve. We've got to move on because we're already running out of time.
People are giving us lots of examples.
It's gone fast today. So we'll have this and then we will look at some suggestions. You are all at sea. A person can be all at sea if they are drifting aimlessly in life. Maybe that person has no idea what they want to do. Maybe they feel confused about their life. They don't know what to do. I'm all at sea. It's a great expression.
Yeah, you don't know what you're doing. You're confused. You're in a state of confusion.
Yes, you're all at sea. I like that one. That's a good one. So we've had
Feeling sick.
Had some suggestions.
We've had some suggestions. Yes. Where are we? Where's the first one? We've had to be water under the bridge.
Yes.
Says English lessons. You can say, oh, that's water under the bridge.
Yes. Something you want to forget about.
Something that's gone.
It's past.
You might say, a friend might say to you, oh, have you got over that relationship that you had with Angela? And you might say, oh, that's water under the bridge now.
Yeah,
in other words, you've passed it, you've forgotten about it, and you don't want to talk about it anymore.
Or maybe a disagreement that you've had with someone, and now you've decided to forget about it because it's all water under the bridge. That's actually a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one. So thank you very much for that. 3 men in a boat, says Vita. I think that's a joke. Maybe.
Moving on, Steve. We've got to move on.
To be off at the deep end.
Yes, well, there it is on the screen now. Isn't that amazing? So you might find yourself at the deep end. The deep end. Of course, when you go into a swimming pool, you might find there is a shallow end where all the children go because it's safe. Because it's safe. And then at the other end, you have the deep end, which is where all the experienced swimmers will go. So you might suddenly find yourself at the deep end, to be in a difficult or stressful or testing situation.
Yeah, to be at the deep end or off at the deep end. The suggestion is it's a bit like being sort of up to your neck in it. It's a similar thing, in at the deep end, up to my neck in it. You're in a difficult, stressful, testing situation.
But maybe it's your first day at work and it's your first day on the job, doing that particular job, and they give you a very difficult task to do. And you might say, oh, you've really put me in the deep end. It means that you have given me something difficult to do on my first day at work.
Yes, that's true. Quite often, I mean, I might find that when I start working again, going on a training course, they might put me in at the deep end. They might just say, "Oh, Mr. Steve, can you just give a quick presentation to the group on how to sell these products?" and you haven't prepared at all. So you're thrown in at the deep end. So somebody asks you, there's a project, you're all asked to, suddenly you're asked, can you just go in and help these people here with this project? You're thrown in at the deep end. You don't know, you've had no preparation at all beforehand.
Good. Okay, moving on. We're really running out of time. Take the plunge. You might decide to have a go at something or to try something, maybe something you've never done before. You decide to take the plunge. You decide to jump into the water. So maybe, literally, maybe if you've never tried swimming before, you might go into the water for the first time. We can say that you take the plunge. But, of course, it can be used figuratively to have a go at something or to try something.
A friend of mine met a girl recently.
Did he?
Yes, and wanted to ask her out, but wasn't sure what to do. And he said to me, I'm just going to take the plunge and ask. Take the plunge.
How did that
have a go.
How did it turn out?
It was all right for a week, and then it all fell apart. But yes, take the plunge. Do something suddenly without any preparation. Have a go at something. Take the plunge. Take a risk.
If in doubt, if you have doubts, then put those doubts aside and take the plunge. Here we go, another one. Or you might have to come up for air. So maybe if you're swimming under the water, you might have to come up for air to seek relief or a break from something. You come up for air. You need to take a short break. You need to take in some air.
A bit like a whale that can be underwater for 30 minutes without having to go to the surface for air, but they occasionally go up to take a break.
That's good.
There's loads coming in on the live chat. You're very good at Googling, obviously.
Very good.
Like a fish. Have you got more to do? You probably have got some.
We've got lots more to do.
Right, okay.
If you are like a fish out of water, it means you are a stranger in a strange place. You are unfamiliar with your surroundings. Here's another one. You might have a deep dive. A deep dive into something. That means you study closely or you explore a subject in great detail. You have a deep dive. So it's a good one.
Yeah.
You might have a deep dive into physics or maybe a certain branch of science. You decide to explore that thing.
It's a phrase that it's quite a sort of modern phrase to use, isn't it? Right, let's have a deep dive into this subject. It's a bit of a sort of almost like it makes you sound very sort of with it. If you use that phrase, taking a deep dive into, if somebody uses that phrase, then they, probably are quite with it. Would you agree, Mr. Duncan?
They're with it.
Yes.
Yes, a deep dive, often used if you just want to explore a new subject.
Yes.
And look at it closely. Here's another one, Steve. To throw someone a life jacket. You might throw them a life jacket or maybe a lifeline.
Or just throw someone a line.
Yes. So maybe if someone is in the water and they're drowning, help, 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 you might have to throw something to them. But of course, we can also use this figuratively, which means to help a person who is in trouble. So any situation where maybe a friend is in a difficult situation, you might have to help them. You throw someone a life jacket, or you throw them a line, or maybe you throw them a life belt as well. So these are things that can help you if you are in trouble in the water. That's quite a good one, yes. Here's another one. Troubled waters. Troubled waters. There are troubled waters ahead.
Well, we're heading into troubled waters.
Yes, quite often when we're talking about the economy, you might hear the person reporting mention troubled waters. The economy is heading towards troubled waters.
Yes, we could be heading for a recession. Interest rates are going to send high interest rates are going to send the economy into troubled waters, indicating yes, a chaotic and confused and unsteady road ahead.
Here's another one. Oh, I like this one because you mentioned Wales a few moments ago. Wales, of course. To have a whale of a time. I do a very good impression of a whale. Let me just show you.
Well done, Mr. Duncan.
Did you like that?
Well done. I wonder what it means.
I can talk to whales.
Lifebuoy, says Vitas.
That used to be. That was a brand of soap.
Isn't that a brand of soap for reducing body odours? Lifebuoy. Yes, it used to be soap. Jump ship, says Mr. Cyrillic or Mrs. Cyrillic. Now, we did have your name last week and I've forgotten already. Yeah, jump ship, that's a good one. You change something. You might be working for one company and then you suddenly go and work for the rival company. You jump ship. Or you were playing for one football team, Manchester United, and suddenly you get a good offer and you go and play for Chelsea. Yeah. You could say, he's jumped ship.
Yes, it means to leave somewhere abruptly. So if you depart somewhere suddenly, you jump ship. You get out of that particular situation, or that, as you said, like a football team. You might jump ship and go and play for another team, like Cristiano Ronaldo did. Yes, remember that. He did that, didn't he?
Yes, the implication being that on that other ship there's something better, better pay, better conditions, better working conditions, something like that. Swim against the tide.
Yes, that's another good one.
Says Driss.
To go against the trend or the way something is normally done. You might swim against the tide.
Yes.
Very good.
You do something that other people don't necessarily do. You're not a follower, you're a leader.
To have a whale of a time, by the way, means to have a good experience whilst doing something. You have a whale of a time, like here. People say we love your live stream. We always have a whale of a time.
Yes, it means you're laughing, happy, have a good time. The party was great last night. We had a whale of a time.
To splash out. You see? Splash out on something. You splash out. I'm suffering with hay fever today.
Yes, Mr. Duncan. Well, it's strange. We went for a long walk on, when was it, Friday, and we were fine. We came back here and we were both, particularly Mr. Duncan, was suffering from hay fever. There's something about this area, lots of plants with lots of pollen.
Lots of grass pollen is coming out at the moment, and it always gives me hay fever. To splash out on something means to spend a lot of money on one thing.
Yes, Mr. Duncan's going to splash out on Mr. Steve when we go to Paris.
Yes, Mr. Steve is going to splash out on Mr. Duncan when it's his birthday in August.
Yes. Yes. Wade into a debate. There's a good one. Yes, it means that you get involved deeply.
Can I say hello to Ong Zin Ko, who is watching in Myanmar? Hello, Myanmar. And I know over the past couple of days I've had a lot of new subscribers watching in Myanmar and also Vietnam. So hello to you. Hello, Ong Zin Ko.
Thank you all for your suggestions. Have we had swim against the tide? We have, yes.
We just did, yes.
We just did that one, yes. There are lots of other fish in the sea. There's one from Driss. Thank you for that. Yes, you put there are other fish in the sea, or there are lots of fish in the sea, you can say.
Or plenty more fish in the sea.
Yeah, so I said that to my friend who went out with this girl and took a risk and asked her out. Can't remember the phrase we were using to describe that. And was rejected. And I said, don't worry, there's lots of other fish in the sea. meaning there's lots of other people out there that could want to go out with you. So don't worry about it. Yes, there's lots of other fish in the sea. I think it's just used to describe the fact that there are lots of other people out there you can have a relationship with.
Yes.
Don't think it means anything else apart from
There are
that.
many more pebbles on the beach.
Yes.
There are many more grains of sand along the coast. There are many more fish in the sea. So don't give up. Keep looking, because that right person will appear one day.
There are lots of other fish in the sea.
Don't give up.
Most of them are piranhas. You could say as a retort.
A
That's good
retort.
word. A retort, yes. A retort is a comeback, something you say in response to maybe something unkind that somebody said to you. You give a retort, a reply.
So if you are watching in the 17th century, there is a good word for you.
Which is, the implication behind that is that you were quite clever in your reply.
A witty remark. Here we go, Steve. You might test the water. So this is quite good as well. I like this one. So we use this a lot when we are, once again, trying something new, or maybe you want to find out if something is suitable or if something is okay. You test something, or you make sure something is okay, or you to make sure that it's suitable. You test the water. So in this case, you're not actually testing water. It could be anything. You are just testing the water just to see if it works.
Yes, it's like if you were going to the sea and you weren't sure if the water might be cold or not. You just dip your toe in, test the water to see if it's the right temperature. It's comfortable. It feels nice. So if somebody said to you, "Oh, why don't you come and work for me? I'd love you to come and work for me. I think you're very good. I think you'd be very suitable." And you might say, "Well, I enjoy my job at the moment, and I'm not sure if I'd like it." And they might say, "Well, why don't you just come and test the water? Try a couple of weekends with us, see what you think, and then if you like it, you can join."
That's it. You can
come and
test
work for us.
test the water.
Yes,
You might also
see if
say
the temperature's right.
You might also say dip your toe in the water. You put your toe in the water just to see if you like that thing. You try it. You want to see if you like it, or maybe you don't like it. So you dip your toe in the water.
See if it's the right temperature. See if it's comfortable. See if you like it or not. You might do that with a relationship as well. You might say to your friend, "Oh, I've been asked out by Jack." And then your friend might say, "Well, why don't you dip your toe in the water?
As long as that's,
see what it's like."
As long as that's all you're dipping.
Yes.
Yes. Driss Fikri says you might swim with the sharks. Oh, yes. I suppose if you hang around, or if you associate with people who might be criminals, or maybe you go underground and you move into criminal activity, you might swim with the sharks.
Yes, you can test the water or test the waters. It doesn't matter which one, Tomek. Could be water or waters, couldn't it?
More often it's just singular water.
Yes.
Just as because quite often water is uncountable.
So here's another one. What about swim with the fishes?
Yes. Well, that's the opposite of what we just mentioned about.
Yes.
Maybe if you get involved with a crime organisation and you cross someone or you upset someone, you might find yourself sleeping with the fishes. That means you are dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yes, normally, yes, exactly. You're sleeping with the fishes, it means you're dead.
Yes,
you're drowned.
Yes, or anything. Any type of murder.
You've had a large concrete block tied around you and you've been thrown into the river.
Yes. You're now sleeping.
Sleeping with the fishes.
With the fishes.
In other words, you're dead.
I have to say, I enjoyed that. And that is that part of today's live stream. Done. And you can watch it again. I do have some requests about watching the live stream again. You can watch this as many times as you want. And yes, there will be lovely captions on this lesson as well.
Lovely.
We are moving on because we have something very special, something different coming up in a few moments. Normally, each week we will play Fill in the Blanks. Today we are playing the same thing, but we are doing something a little different.
Are the blanks already filled in and we've got to do the other words around it? Is that what the difference is today?
No.
Okay.
That's like the reverse.
The reverse of fill in the blanks.
No. What I'm
Okay.
doing today is I'm going to show you the sentence, but I'm also going to give you some clues coming up in a few moments. But first of all, this! Did you see that? The sheep were being sheared. Very nice. It is English Addict on a Sunday afternoon. Every Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time we are here. We've just had a very interesting question from Subscription Letter Bin. The world is your oyster. I don't quite understand. Could you please explain? If the world is your oyster, it means the world is out there for you to explore, to enjoy, to experience. So the world is your oyster. It might be something that you go out into and you discover something nice, maybe a nice surprise, maybe a treat.
They often say that to young people.
So you might open an oyster and find something good in there.
Like a pearl. But if somebody says to you, the world is your oyster, it means that there are all manner of opportunities available to you. There isn't just one. There are many different things that you could do and be successful at and find that little pearl of wealth or achievement. You often say that to young people. So, I don't know what to do. What shall I do? The world is your oyster. You can do probably whatever you want.
Maybe a person who suddenly finds themselves with a lot of free time and they don't know what to do. The other person that they're talking to might give them advice. They might say, don't worry, the world is your oyster.
Yes.
Go out and explore.
Or a synonym would be the sky's the limit. As BC, Mr. or Mrs. Cyrillic, who did tell us their name last week and I've forgotten. But yes, that's good. Thank you very much for that.
Anyway, Steve,
Yeah.
we have 19 minutes to go. We are now going to play the game that we like to play every week. Are you ready? It's time to switch on your brains.
Fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks, doon doon, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks, doon doon, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks, fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. It's time to play fill in the blanks. Are you ready to play fill in the blanks? And this week we have clues as well. So not only am I showing you the blank spaces, I'm also giving you some clues. So these are for specific, actual answers. So there are answers to this actual game today. I will show you the first one and then I think you will understand what I mean. Here it is. It is not something to something the something. And as you can see underneath, I've given you the letter that each word begins with, but also how many letters it has. Can I make it any easier?
So this is, you want a specific suggestion here,
Yes.
rather than just any words to. So we're going back to what we used to do.
Very similar to the sentence game.
Yes.
So the first missing word, it has N at the start with 9 letters, W with 4 letters, and the letter G with 4 letters as well. All you have to do is fill in the blanks.
Vitalij is the name of the Cyrillic person, which Tomix remembered. I don't know how you've remembered that, but you have. So well done. So I've written it down.
I think it might be pronounced Vitali.
Vitali. Yes. Please tell us again for confirmation. Yeah. So there we go. So it's the first word begins with N with 9 letters. Second word begins with W and it's 4 letters, and the last word begins with G and it's 4 letters. It's not necessary to know the difference, but I'd like to call you something other than Mr. or Mrs. Cyrillic.
No, that's a guess for the fill in the blank size.
Oh right. Oh right. It is not necessary to know that. Well. Differences. I mean, it fits.
What I was going to say is that is a good suggestion. It's not fitting in there with today's question, but that is a good suggestion, and it does work. You see.
Well, necessary is 9 letters. No is 4 letters.
Anyway, Bruno. Moving on, Steve.
It's a very, very good suggestion. If you can think of a 4-letter word beginning with G instead of difference,
Okay, Steve.
that would fit.
We've got to move on because we've got loads of suggestions coming through now. Not garden game. It is not to worry the goat. Oh, it is not to garden the game.
That doesn't fit. But necessary and worry and goat. It is not necessary to worry the goat. Why you would worry a goat, I don't know in the first place, but it fits. It fits, so thank you for that.
Well, worry has 5 letters.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So?
It is not necessary to work the game. Yeah, says Beatrice. Yeah. Depending on what the game is.
Yes. You might work something if you are cheating.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
You play or you work the game. It means you are finding a way to cheat. Oh, very interesting. I like that.
No, it is not necessary to know the. So you're very close there, Vitali. If that is your name. We could just think of a 4-letter word with G. It's not necessary to know the game.
I'm going to give you a clue and then I will give you the answer because we have 2 more to do. Maybe you are going out because your friend has a birthday coming up and you go into the shop and you find something that you want to buy for that person, and maybe the person behind the counter, the person serving, wants to put some paper around your present.
Ah. Right, I get it now, Mr. Duncan. So the
yes.
first word, I think we can probably say...
A lot of people have got the first word correct.
A lot of people have got that right.
Yes. Yes. So another 20 seconds and then we will move on.
Valentin, it's not necessary to wore the gown. Well, you would say wear the gown. I mean, that fits, yes. It's not necessary to wear the gown.
Yes.
Gown being a long, flowing sort of dress.
Valentin has actually corrected the...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not necessary to wear
Here we go.
the gown.
I think Tomek's got it.
Rosa. Rosa has it.
So does Tomek,
Yeah.
who was first. Yeah.
Tomek and
Well done.
Tomek and Rosa.
And
well
Beatrice,
done. And
straight afterwards.
Yes. Good. Yes. Very good. It looks as if a few people have got it right.
And Cyrillic.
So, have you forgotten his name already?
Well, I'm not sure if it is. I think it's something like Vitaly. But anyway.
Here we go then. Moving on. We have the answer, and the answer is, if I can find it on my screen, it is not necessary to wrap the gift. It is not necessary to wrap the gift, because maybe I am going to wrap the gift myself, or maybe the person just wants to receive the gift without any wrapping paper, because maybe they think it's more environmentally friendly. Maybe not. So yes, we did have quite a few guesses there. So here is another one coming up. We are playing Fill in the Blanks, and today I am giving you little clues as well. So here is the next one. Ooh, okay. Please take my something with a something of something.
Ah, here's one for Tomek, I think.
So we have
There's a clue.
We have the letter C, 8 letters, the letter P with 5 letters, and the letter S with 4 letters. Please take my something with a something of something. And this is a well-known expression.
It's a well-known expression and something that Tomek could say when he says something on the live stream and it upsets people and he's joking. He could say this after as a reply.
So please take my something with a something of something. Please take my what? Does anyone know?
Well, we've got advice, but that doesn't begin with C. With the first word has to begin with C. Pinch of salt. A few people have suggested the last 2 words, but we need the first word, please. We need the first word, which is 8 words beginning with C.
Yes. Please take my something with a something of something.
I think you're going to get it very soon. Yes. Yeah. 1, 2. No, 1, 2, 3. Sure, it's 8 letters, Mr. Duncan.
It is 8 letters, yes, because it might be plural.
It could be plural. Valentin, not singular.
Yes.
There.
In
Tomek's
fact,
got it.
Tomek's got it.
We've all been giving each other clues.
Yes. Well, I think it makes it more fun if you make it slightly easier. Here we go then, and I will give you the answer right now. The answer is ding. Yes, please take my comments with a pinch of salt. which is in fact a very interesting expression.
Yes.
It's a very interesting phrase. Which means, what does it mean, Steve?
It means don't take my comments seriously. Don't take what I've said seriously. You know, it was probably meant as a joke.
Sometimes also if a person is being serious, but the other person listening doesn't believe the advice or they don't trust it, they might think, I will take his comment or his advice with a pinch of salt. So
right, yes.
it isn't necessarily good advice. It isn't necessarily true.
Yeah, so you can say, don't take my comments. You know, take my comments with a pinch of salt. Or you could say, oh, somebody said something slightly abusive to you, and somebody might say, oh, don't take their comment. Take their comments with a pinch of salt. They don't mean it. But as you also say, it can also suggest that something that's been said to you, advice that's been given to you, is not to be taken seriously.
Or even trusted.
Yeah, or even trusted.
Yes. And in American English, you might say with a grain of salt. You take it with a grain of salt. So that's good.
I'd take their advice with a pinch of salt. In other words, don't take it seriously.
The final one. And then we are out of here. We must something the something as they are something.
Right.
F 6 P 10
letters.
W 7 6 letters, 10 letters and 7 letters.
We must something the something as they are something. One day one of the missing words will be something. And I will have given away the answer to one of the...
It would be funny if all of the missing words were something.
Yes.
And then I say something, and then by doing that, I've given away the answer. But I would never be that stupid. I hope.
Any clues as to what this is about, Mr. Duncan?
Maybe if you are doing something in a certain way. Maybe if you are at work and there are certain things you have to do in a certain way.
We've got a suggestion for the first word as follow from Rosa.
Okay, Rosa has said follow for the first word.
And it is 6 letters. But is it the correct word that will fit in with the rest of the words in that sentence?
Indeed.
Is it a clue for somebody to try and get the rest of the other two questions right? What are the... So Jimmy from Hong Kong, hello Jimmy, has said that the last word could be written. Could be written. And in other words, we must follow the something as they are written. Could be.
Yes.
Vitaly. Mr. or Mrs. Cyrillic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Oh, right. No, that's too many letters.
And it doesn't begin with I.
And it doesn't begin with I, yes.
That's the big clue.
The middle word begins with P.
10 letters.
I mean, that sentence is correct. You know, that's a valid sentence, but it doesn't quite fit here. So the first word begins with F, the second word begins with P, and the third word begins with W.
Yes.
Do you get it now? Do you get it?
And you can see the number of letters as well. We will give this another few moments. Don't forget, by the way, we are back next Sunday. If you like this, if you've enjoyed all of this, then don't forget to join us next Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. There is a new lesson coming on Wednesday. There is a new lesson coming on Wednesday. So I am publishing a new lesson during the week. Don't forget.
Principles. That's good. Am I involved?
In the lesson?
Yes.
No, because it's already made.
We must follow the principles as they are written.
Oh,
Anuat.
yes, that's
Sodarak has said maybe. Well, principles is I've added it up. It is 10 letters, and that will fit. That fits.
and something you must do in a certain way. So yes, that would also fit in.
We must follow the principles as they are written. Yeah, we must follow it exactly as it is written.
Driss has said paragraphs.
Protocol, says Florence.
Oh,
Well, protocol, yeah, but it's not. Unfortunately, it's not 10 letters. I mean, it's correct. We must follow the protocol as it is written. You would say then, unfortunately. But there you go.
anyway, just before we go,
Principles seems to be a popular one. Marshmallow.
I think marshmallow.
Ah,
You just got in there. Well done, marshmallow. Just before we go, we will give the answer to the final one. And here it is now. The final answer is bing. We must follow the procedures as they are written. It means you must follow the rules as they have been laid out.
all the principles.
Yes.
So you were sort of right with principles.
Very-
Those of you that put principles.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Very good.
But,
I think that went well.
But procedures is a slightly more accurate way of saying that. Yeah.
Yes. So we often use the word procedure if something is being done in a certain way. Maybe rules. We often describe rules as procedures, or maybe something that you have to do in a certain way, in a certain order. So maybe if you have to go into hospital for an operation, we often describe that as a procedure because it has to be done in a certain way. Well,
Or if it was an I, you could say instructions. We must follow the instructions as they are written. Would be a similar phrase to that. Lovely, great. All right, Mr. Duncan, we're done, aren't we?
That is it. We are out of here. We've done 2 hours. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you will join us again if you have enjoyed this. This particular live stream will be available later with captions, although at the moment YouTube is having some technical problems and it might take quite a long time for the captions and the video to be processed. So for those who are wondering why it's always a little bit late appearing, it's because of YouTube, not because of me. It's nothing to do with me.
And do watch out for Mr. Duncan's new lesson on Wednesday, did you say?
That's coming up during the week, yes.
So that's a pre-recorded lesson.
Yes, lots of beautiful sights and also some useful and hopefully some interesting information as well. That is it. We will see you soon.
We will. Hope you've enjoyed it. I have. And I'm now looking forward to a cup of tea and a piece of home-baked bread.
Yes.
Italian.
Yes, Steve made some delicious Italian bread.
Italian bread in the bread maker, which I've made French bread, I've made English bread, now I've made Italian bread, and I've got to say it's the tastiest of all the different breads so far. Olive oil in it, and it's lovely. Anyway, right.
It's time to go.
Time to go.
See you next Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time. This is Mr. Duncan and, of course,
Mr. Steve,
saying thank you very much for watching. See you soon. And, of course, until the next time we meet here, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. I will give you a friendly wave and then we will both say ta-ta for now.